request for the students and the teachers, please occupy the empty seats in the front rows. Students sitting at the back, please come forward. Please do not leave any seats empty in front of you. Please occupy the seats which are empty in the front rows, please. Once again, the presenters from each school, please ensure that you occupy the third and the fourth rows. Request to all the schools, the students and the teachers accompanying them, please ensure that the seats in the front rows are occupied by the children, please. The presenters may take the third and the fourth row, and all of you who have come to support your friends here, please start occupying from the fifth row. Our chief guests will be here in no time, so I request everyone to maintain silence while seated. Dear students, we are going to start our event in a few minutes. It's a request to everyone to maintain silence in the auditorium. In 2014, a young scientist and writer from Germany named Julia Enders published a book with a very interesting name, Gut, the inside story of our body's most underrated organ. And soon in 2015, it became one of the international bestsellers and was translated in various languages, including English, Spanish, French, Arabic, and many more. Today, on the occasion of Probiotic Awareness Day, we have gathered here to understand the significance, one of the most important yet, as Julia Enders has said, underrated aspect of our body, that is the gut microbiome. A very good afternoon to all-in-one present here today. On behalf of SRM University, Delhi NCR, and Gut Microbiota and Probiotic Science Foundation, India, I extend a warm and hearty welcome to everyone. The Probiotic Awareness Day is an event which encourages students to study, collate, and concise the scientific knowledge on probiotics in a simple and interesting manner. Every year, the Gut Microbiota and Probiotic Science Foundation organizes this event to enhance the knowledge and understanding of this growing science. This year, the foundation has associated with SRM University to organize the event, and we are delighted to have with us the top schools of Sonipat to participate in the same. On behalf of SRM University and the Gut Foundation, a hearty welcome to all the students and the teachers to the Probiotic Awareness Day 2022. On this day, SRM University, Delhi NCR is also honored by the presence of Padma Bhushan Professor Dr. N.K. Ganguly, who is also the president of the Gut Foundation, Professor Dr. Paramjit Singh Jaswal, Honorable Vice Chancellor, SRM University, Professor Dr. V. Samuel Raj, Registrar, Dean Academic Affairs, and Director C4D, SRM University, Mr. Shinji Hashimoto, Head Regulatory Affairs, Yakult Honsha Company Limited, Japan, Mr. Takeshi Yoshimoto, Senior Manager, International Operations Department, Science and Communications Support System, Yakult Honsha Company Limited, Japan, Dr. Junji Fujimoto, Senior Researcher at the Yakult Central Research Institute, Japan, Dr. Nija Hajela, Secretary, Gut Microbiota and Probiotic Science Foundation, India, Professor K.R. Lahiri, Professor and ex-Head, Department of Pediatrics, DY Medical College Hospital and Research Center, DY Patil University, Mumbai, Professor J.B. Prajapati, Chairman, VKCOE, Institute of Rural Management, Anand, Gujarat, Dr. Anita Jatana, former Chief Dietitian, Indraprastha Apollo Hospital, New Delhi, and also the President of Indian Diabetic Association, Delhi chapter, Dr. Minakshi Dahiya, Senior Scientist at Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, and Dr. Purnima Shiva, Senior Medical Officer, PRIMSA, SRM University. Once again, a warm welcome to everyone. So without any further ado, let us start today's event. May I request our guests to light the lamp and initiate today's program, please. Thank you so much. I would now like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Jaswal, and Registrar, Professor Samuel Raj, to please come to the stage to felicitate our guests. May we have the honor of Professor, Professor Dr. N.K. Ganguly on the stage, please. Please give a big round of applause for Professor Ganguly. Thank you, sir. May I request Professor Jaswal to please felicitate Mr. Shinji Hashimoto. Thank you, sir. May I now request Mr. Takeshi Yoshimoto to please come on the stage. Thank you so much. I would now like to request Dr. Junji Fujimoto to please come on the stage. Thank you. I would now like to request Professor Kia Lahiri to please come to the stage. Dr. Kia Lahiri is one of our jury members for today's event. Thank you, ma'am. I would now like to call the next jury member, Professor J.B. Prajapati. Sir, please. Thank you, sir. May I also request the presence of Dr. Anita Chatana on the stage, please. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. I would now like to request Dr. Meenakshi Dahiya to please come to the stage. Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to request our last jury member, Dr. Purnima Shiva, to please come to the stage. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We will begin the program, And for this, I would like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Paramjit Singh Jaswal, to share his thoughts on Probiotic Awareness Day. So please.
A very good afternoon to all of you. Nobody is responding. Why? Oh, you are awake, right? Because you need a probiotic to get up, to get energized. And that's the reason that we have today Probiotic Awareness Day. Professor Ganguly, a person who is an institution in himself, and people look for physical interaction with Professor Ganguly because everyone would like to emulate him the way he has grown in his professional life, keeping intact his personal life as well. Many of you may not be knowing that the family of Professor Ganguly faced a number of odds when India had a partition in 1947, migrated from Pakistan to India, and how in India, without any support, Professor Ganguly had his education with the help of different fellowships from time to time. And his contribution in his medical profession, in his particular field, is worth appreciating. And today his contribution is recognized nationally and internationally. Sir, on behalf of SRM, we extend a very warm welcome to you. Among other galaxy of guests, we have Professor Prajapati ji, Professor Lahiri, Dr. Meenakshi Daya, Dr. Amita Jitana, and we have special guests from Japan. We have Mr. Hashimoto, we have Yoshimoto, and Dr. Junji Fujimoto. We extend a very warm welcome to our special guests of this afternoon on this special day of probiotic awareness. I also welcome the principals of the different school, along with the young children, if I may take the liberty of saying without any innuendo we call in law to anybody else, very handsome boys and beautiful girls. That doesn't mean that those who are older in age by number, they are not handsome or they are not beautiful. For the young children, of course, we have a program where there is a competition, where you will be speaking, you will be adjudged, and at the end of the day, the winners, those who are selected by very, very eminent jury, they will be awarded with certain prizes. But still it is my bounden duty to give you a panoramic picture about probiotic. I think particularly in India, unlike US, if you want to buy any medicine, you can go to any medical shop and you can buy any medicine or most of the medicine without any prescription, but you can't buy a gun without a license. If you go to US, you can buy a gun like in any toy shop, not the toy gun, but the real gun, but you cannot have a tablet without a prescription from the medical store. And that is the reason, before introducing what is probiotic, I think all of you have heard the name of antibiotic. Have you or not? Because whenever we have a small fever or any illness, in India it has become more of a fashion to straight away start with antibiotics, which is very, very harmful. And many a times we become self-administered doctor rather than the prescribed prescription of the doctor. Dear friends, our human body is a wonderful living machine. When we generally talk about the machine, we talk about the mechanical operation with the non-living structure. But I'm talking about the living human body, which is a very, very complex kind of a machine. It works on number of factors. If I ask you a question, young children, what do you want most in your life? What do you want? You are young, you are having education, you are still studying in school. Still, in your life, what do you want maximum in your life? Since there are so many children and I don't want to continue for long, anyhow, what I take a presumption is most of you will say, I want to become engineer, doctor, lawyer, this and that, or scientist, and ultimately earn money and rich. But the most important thing for a human being is a good health. If you have a good health, you can earn any amount of money, but any amount of good money may not give you good health. The recent example of Junjunwala, you must have read in the newspaper. Billionaire from Mumbai, he died at the age of 62, not because he was killed by somebody. He died because of his own actions, which resulted into reactions in the body and ultimately destroyed his inner living mechanical parts or functioning of the body. Junjunwala, when he died a couple of weeks back, he left behind the wealth of 45,000 crores of rupees. I repeat, 45,000 crores of rupees at the age of 62. And the primary reason for his death, which the doctor stated, was that he used to smoke a lot, he used to drink a lot, and resultantly his vital organs inside the body, they had been damaged. So any amount of money could not provide him good health when he wanted it the most. With this background, in order to keep our body full of energy day and night, we take so many things what we call in a generic term food or drinks. We drink a lot, including in addition to water, various things we eat, subject to our liking or disliking or hunger, whatever it is, and we get energy. How do we get energy out of that? Dr. Ganguly will pardon me if because it is very difficult to explain in his presence, and there are other doctors also. But when the food goes inside, it goes to the stomach and then the intestine, then small intestine, and then ultimately it comes out as the digested food what we have. Some part of the food is digested by different enzymes which are also produced by our body, and some part, maybe depending upon the nature of food, it goes undigested in our stool. In our inside body, this intestines, we have different types of microbes which help us in keeping healthy. You have heard the name of different viruses. I'm not talking about computer virus. That is different. Computer virus should not be confused with the biological virus. They are two different things, totally. You have heard about bacteria. There are some good bacteria, some bad bacteria. There are some good microbes, there are bad microbes. And the body, the human body, the nature has given us that kind of a mechanism that the balance is kept. And the good bacteria, they try to dominate, the good microbe, they try to dominate and kill the bad bacteria. And whenever the balance is tilted, and the bad bacteria, they grow more in number than probably required, we feel fever or we feel unhealthy condition of the body due to various reasons. These microbes are so small. The trillion of microbes are there. And one of them is called a probiotic. They do two things. They have if I may use the term, I don't know whether it will fit or not, scientists may excuse me, a kind of a symbiotic relationship. Symbiotic relationship is they take energy from the food which is undigested to themselves, and they provide energy for us, for our body to keep healthy, and they destroy the harmful bacteria also. Now, from where do we get these? We get from different kind of food. बच्चों को I take a liberty, okay, since Japanese friends are there, I will not talk in Hindi, but I'll translate that. My dear children, you may be knowing it, and your mother and father, particularly the mother, they must have done one thing. When you leave home for doing some good thing, whether it is examination or going for interview or for job, mother brings you curd, a spoon of a curd with some sugar on that. In cultural way or a cultural point of view in India, it is considered as a good omen that you are going out of home. But the scientific reason behind that is this curd contains most of the probiotics which help us keeping our body energetic when we are going out. Curd is one of the very, very important source of probiotic. You can have the probiotic, if you go to south, you have a buttermilk. The buttermilk also contains probiotics. So you can have the probiotics in the form of a food, but sometimes they are not sufficient of the food. The form in which we take the food, the probiotics, they are, because very minute living organism, they die. So we think we have taken the sufficient food which will provide a positive probiotics to keep the healthy body, but they may not be sufficient. The scientists, through their scientific analysis, have dissected the anatomy that in which particular kind of a situation, which kind of a strain of a probiotic. There are a number of probiotics. Without taking the chemistry of action and reaction inside the body with the help of a probiotic, I will like to put on record our neighbors Yakult. Basically, it's a company from Japan. And you know, in India we have special love, special attraction, not only to the Japanese people, but Japanese products also. We always say the Japanese products are the most reliable. As nowadays we see, and we say also the Chinese products are not so reliable. The Yakult is producing the product in different tastes, which is very, very healthy product, and if we take it is a probiotic, and if we take according to the doctor prescription, those trillion of microbes, by taking that product inside, helps our body that they will kill the harmful bacteria, they'll keep the balance, and we will have good health, good energy. If we have good health, good energy, we can work more, we can work productively, we can work with a positive energy, and ultimately we can achieve the goal which we want. So we are very much thankful to our friends from Japan for having this industry in our neighborhood and producing this wonderful product, which is so useful to all of us. Thank you very much, sir. Today, in this program, we have a small function. We have a small competition in which the children, they will make presentation, which will be judged by the jury, as I said earlier. The idea behind this whole program is to generate the awareness which was not there amongst us in the last decade or so, that how important is the role of probiotics in the body to keep the body healthy. That is why this competition among young children is there. You don't need to spend much of money. You need to regulate your habit and choice of your food, which you take, and when required, the supplement. I was telling over lunch to my friends from Yakult that about a month back, I fell sick with a high fever and dysentery. And you also get dysentery when you take antibiotics. Most of the people, they do get, depending upon the nature of the antibiotic you take. To stop that, to compensate the loss of different ions, sodium, potassium, and other things, and the probiotic role, you take a supplement. So, ordinarily speaking, our good food with good habits will automatically provide us probiotic inside the body, but at times we do need supplement, and Yakult is one of the best products I have come across. When I was 1 month back, I had a Yakult sent by my registrar to me, and it helped me to recover very fast, faster than probably I could have recovered without Yakult. Thank you for your product. With these words, I once again extend a very warm welcome to our Japanese friends, to the members of the jury, to the principals, the guides who have come along with the children, and especially to the children who will share their thoughts. And of course, in the end, as per the jury's result, you will also get award. So thank you very much for coming to our university. I have not said anything about the university. Our university is from SRM Group, which is Chennai based. We have 4 universities. We have one university in Chennai, we have another in Amravati, 3rd is in Sikkim, 4th is this one. It's a renowned education group since last 60 years. And our motto is learn, leap, and lead. You come here, you learn, you acquire knowledge, you take a leap, and be forward, be the leader. So therefore, our job is to provide you the basic weapon to fight in the world, to rise, that is to have the knowledge. I am sure that after you free, you, all the children and all the principals who have come, you are free to take a round of the campus, which is still in developing campus. We provide education in different fields. We have hotel management, we have engineering, almost all the branches, including artificial intelligence, robotics, etc. We have basic sciences and humanities, we have commerce, we have management, and we also have the law. You are sitting in the building where law is there. So you can have a round after you are free, and those of you who think of joining the university, studying in any of these branches, you are most welcome to join our university. With these words, thank you once again, and I extend very, very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you so much.
so much, sir. I would take this opportunity to introduce you to the person who has been instrumental in bringing all of us together today under this roof to discuss a very important topic, that is probiotics. Dr. Nija Hajela, thank you so much, ma'am. Can I request your presence on the stage, please? And I would request our Honorable Vice Chancellor to please honor Dr. Nija for this commendable work that she is doing today for us. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Moving forward, I would now like to request Professor Dr. V. Samuel Raj, Registrar, Dean Academic Affairs, and Director C4D to address our students. So please.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm so excited, so glad to see the young children, the students from the school, with their uniform, with their teachers, with their principals. Thank you so much for joining here. And I know that definitely that you are going to take a great message today. And in fact, we are here to listen to you. I know that you are here with a lot of preparations. Today, you are going to teach us about the probiotics. And not only that you are going to hear about the awareness about the probiotic, but you are going to teach about the probiotics to us. And we are eagerly waiting, along with the jury. So jury will be having a tough time, I think, in assessing and giving them the grades and marks. I know that, our Sonipat district students are very brilliant, very active, and they know what they are doing. Thank you so much for joining us today. And my very special welcome as well as thanks to my guru and our respected beloved Padma Bhushan, Professor Dr. Ganguly. Whenever I think about him, I always see that one, how much work that he does, what time he gets up. One best thing that we should know about that one, he gets up very early morning, 4 o'clock, and he starts reading, writing, and he answers every email, every correspondence, everything. Whatever you send, you will get the response from him. And when I was a student, when I was doing my master's and then PhD, he was already a professor at PGI Chandigarh. And then later he became the topmost, the medical organization, ICMR. He has become the Director General of Indian Council of Medical Research. And till date, he is updated with all the research activities. And also my special welcome to the colleagues and guests from Japan. I don't want to take the name individually. It will take a lot of time. Let me keep my talk very brief, as well as my special welcome to the jury, and my very special welcome and thanks to Dr. Nirja, who is the brain, and you talk about the whole body. And she is the one who has done all the work and connecting SRM with gut microbiota and Probiotic Foundation. My special thanks to the gut microbiota as well as the Probiotic Foundation for collaborating with us and making this event a successful event. And also bringing this, dear Japanese colleagues over here. I still remember the time that we lived in Japan for 3 years. I did my postdoctorate, and we lived in Chiba University. So my memory goes back. But more than that, now what sort of world that we are living? Everything is very fast. Everything is very fast. And very recently, of course, still this COVID is going on. It's not very recently. Still this COVID is going on. Our students, they wanted to have this online examination, but somehow they did not enjoy the online teaching. And everything was fast food, fast walking. In fact, they don't want to go out also. They keep the treadmill at home, and then they do this walking, the exercise. And even food also, there is no need to, there is no time to cook. So they buy it from outside. Even while buying it also, they want to get it very fast food, junk food. Okay, we get it from McDonald's, and other fast food. And what we are getting is that always the junk food. So what happens that? When we eat the junk food, what happens that one? It kills the good microbiome, the microorganism, the good bacteria. See, our gut has both good as well as bad bacteria. The bacteria is more in number, more than 100 trillion, not billion, not million, but in trillions, more than 100 trillions, good bacteria is present inside the gut. So that the bad pathogens are there, the bacteria are there inside, but they just keep away. So the balancing mechanism is done. So that is why our body, we have a very healthy body. We always say that one, I have a gut feeling. That is true. The gut has the real feeling. And there is a connectivity between the gut and all the parts of the body. So the bacteria, the good bacteria, what is present inside is very important. So what happens when we take antibiotics and when we take the junk food, when we take oil too much, when we are going on and on taking so many things which is not needed for the body, it takes away the good bacteria. So that is the time we need to give the supplement, the live bacteria, the symbiotic bacteria. So that is known as the probiotics. Not the combination of this one, very specific bacteria. Very specific, bacteria like lactobacillus. That is one of the very good, probiotics. Now I tell you one thing. Every disease, you take it cancer, you take it diabetes, you take inflammatory diseases, you take infection. All these diseases, they are connected with this particular microbiota. If the good bacteria goes down, if the good bacteria is eliminated from the body, what happens that one? It leads to the diseases. It leads to disease like even cancer. Now, if any patient has the cancer, what happens then? The patient has to take chemotherapy and radiation therapy. So during this cancer, already his immune level goes down. The immune system goes down. And when they take this chemotherapy, again it goes down. When they take this radiation therapy, again it goes down. What to do? How this immune status will be improved? And of course, probiotics cannot do a big miracle, but probiotics will definitely help. The probiotic supplements will definitely help to get this immunity. And I want to tell you one thing. The future of research belongs to these probiotics. And I can predict one thing very clearly. I can expect one thing very clearly. The next Nobel Prize will be given to the scientists who will be actively involved working on these probiotics, connecting the diseases, supplementing with the probiotics, and treat the cancer, treat the diabetes, treat the other metabolic disorders, treat the inflammatory diseases, treat the infectious diseases. That's what is going to be get. This sort of scientists will be definitely sharing this Nobel Prize very soon. You will get the message. Okay, I'm not in the board, but I can predict something. Definitely this is what going to be happen. And I know that the young brilliant minds, we have this Swamiji Google. So everybody has that habit of looking into this Google. Sir, about 115 years back, 1908, Mechnikov, a Russian scientist, he has already received the Nobel Prize. And he has said the Nobel Prize for this lactobacillus. And what this lactobacillus has done, when the body was supplemented with the lactobacillus, lactobacillus was given in more in number in trillions. So it compensated everything. It kept away the bad bacteria. And the good bacteria has improved the immunity of the body. When the immunity of the body has improved, the life also improved. So what is next? So he has received only for the lactobacillus, but my dear students, still there is a lot to be done. That's what I was telling you. We need to connect the probiotics with the infectious diseases. We need to connect the probiotics with the inflammatory diseases. We need to connect the probiotics with the cancer. We need to connect with all the diseases. So future belongs to you. There's a lot of work to be done, then including the highest award, the Nobel Prize is waiting for you. And I'm glad to tell you that one, we had a Nobel laureate from Israel. She was here, Professor Ada Yonath. And I want to see at least, one person from this crowd to get this Nobel Prize for this probiotics. With that few words, I welcome all of you. Thank you so much for coming to SRM University. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Today we are honored by the presence of Padma Bhushan Professor N.K. Ganguly among us. Professor Nirmal Kumar Ganguly is a former distinguished biotechnology research professor at the Department of Biotechnology, Government of India. He's also the former president of the Jawaharlal Institute of Postgraduate Medical Education and Research, as well as that of the Asian Institute of Public Health at Bhubaneswar, Orissa. He has also served as the Director General of the Indian Council of Medical Research. In 2016, he was selected by the Regional Director, SEARO, as Member Advisory Board of WHO Southeast Asia Journal of Public Health. In 2015, Professor Ganguly has been selected for the award of Helmholtz International Fellow by Helmholtz Center for Infection Research, Germany, for his significant contribution to the field of infectious diseases. On 26th January 2008, Professor Ganguly was honored with the prestigious Padma Bhushan Award by Her Excellency, the President of India, in the field of medicine. Words will not be enough to define Professor Ganguly's experience and the respect that he has earned. All of us are very eager to listen to this eminent personality. Hence, without any further delay, I would like to invite Professor Ganguly to the stage and share his thoughts with us.
Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Jaswal, Dean of the University, Professor Samuel Raj, our esteemed guests from Japan, our esteemed juries who are here, my colleague Dr. Hajela, the faculty of this university, the principals and the teachers of the schools from the neighboring schools from Haryana, Sonipat, Haryana, and my dear children. Don't worry, I'm not going to give you any speech. The main two speeches have happened. Now we are here to listen to you. And I must say that although we feel that we are an expert in this area, I learn every time I hear you, because your mind is much younger than mine, and you can think much better and faster than me. And when I see the subject which you have been given, the way you treat it, each one of you treat it in a very, very unique way. That is your strength. And sometimes I think that why didn't I thought like this? So today you are my teachers, and I'm here to listen to you and learn from you. One of the things which is the purpose of our foundation is that bringing the young minds back to science so that they adopt science. Very few people today are attracted to science. It's a very difficult, arduous journey. People want to be lawyer like Dr. Jaswal, or an entrepreneur, or a business magnate, many things they want. They are much more earlier, or IT professional. But science is something which keeps us ticking, makes us to grow the nation and move forward. So you will wonder that why we chose Haryana schools this time. We chose Haryana school this time because Haryana has made us proud. So many of you have won laurels for us, whether it is Neeraj Chopra, whether it is Fogart sisters, whether it is Sakshi. Every one of you have made us very, very proud and have made India proud. So we thought that we really get back to you. And you were brought to SRM because the Vice Chancellor has invited you to join when you pass out from school, join the university. Invitation in your pocket. So please come back to university because education is very, very precious. There is no alternate to education. And this another reason why we brought you back here was that we want you, your friends, who are your friends and who are your foes, and have a very healthy lifestyle right from the beginning. Professor Jaswal talked to you about Mr. Jhunjhunwala, very brilliant mind, absolute success tome. And what he achieved, very few people could achieve. But he regretted that one of the things which I didn't do was take care of my lifestyle. And I don't want any one of you to do that. And understand that who are your friends and who are your foes. So whenever you are born, right from the mother's womb, and when you are born, you cannot be born without microorganisms. If you become germless, you finish, you die, you can't survive. Because microorganisms, like your body cells, they actually prime you and make you learn and make your body learn to function. Build up immune system, build up your metabolism, build up your energy. Everything you get from there. If they are friends, if they are foes, they destroy you. So we want you to really understand right from the beginning and have healthy lifestyle, healthy food, healthy habits, so that you grow to be young Neeraj Chopras of the future. So with this, I will finish it with saying that we have got two role models here today in front of you. One is in the form of jury. Her name is Meenakshi Dahiya, Dr. Meenakshi Dahiya, and I call her a fighter. She have fought every inch of her life to be where she is and never accepted defeat. I can say it because I was the chairman of her scientific board of her institute, and I saw it really happen in front of our eyes. Sometimes I thought she will run away, but she didn't. The other role model will be Rajveer Dahiya. He is also from here. She is from, her village is few miles from here, and Rajveer Dahiya comes from a village, Badlan, in Sonipat. And you will hear him, and you will see that he was like you. His father wanted him to be a farmer, and how he fought his way towards education and rose to the highest level any student could aspire. So without stealing his thunder, you will listen to him today and get inspired. So our main purpose is to get you inspired. And today you are not competing with each other. You are just communicating what you analyzed and what you digested and communicating it to the others. So some of you may win, but in my mind, every one of you is winner because you have participated. And we will recognize every one of you. So with this, I finish what I wanted to say, and now we are ready to learn from you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, children, we have arrived at the moment for which all of you have come here, that is the competition. Now, today we have 15 schools with us, and the presenters from all these 15 schools, and to support them, your friends are also here. So before we begin, I would like to reintroduce rather, you to your jury once again. Our first jury for the competition is Professor K.R. Lahiri. Our second jury, Professor J.B. Prajapati. Our third jury, Dr. Anita Jatana. Next we have Dr. Minakshi Dahiya. And our last jury member for today's competition is Dr. Purnima Shiva. Let me also explain the rules to you. So participants, please pay attention. Each team will comprise of 2 presenters, and each team will get a time of 5 minutes to present your thoughts on the topic that is probiotics. Now, upon completion of 4 minutes and 30 seconds, a buzzer will be pressed once. It is an indication that you should start wrapping up your presentation, okay? And the final buzzer will be pressed at 5 minutes, upon which you should stop your presentation. Any team which exceeds 5 minutes will be disqualified. Is there any question? Are there any questions from the presenters or the teachers or the students who have come to participate today? Yes? Of course. Your introduction, the body, and the conclusion, everything will be counted within 5 minutes. Any other questions, students? Okay, that looks like a no, and I think we are good to go. So we will start with the competition, and I'm going to call the first school, the presenters from Bal Bhavan International School, Gannor. Children, please give a big round of applause.
A very pleasant good afternoon to jury members, chief guests, respected teachers, and my dear friends.
Today, I, Kushagra,
And I, Avni,
we are on the behalf of Bal Bhavan International School presenting a very curious topic, probiotics.
So, today our agenda is to discuss about history, mechanism, health benefits of probiotics. We will also discuss about Dadi Ki Nuske, global market, and future aspects of probiotics. Well, most of us think that bacteria is harmful for us. But in fact, there are more good bacteria than bad bacteria in your body. Now, we will discuss about this later in our topic probiotics. Now, what is probiotics? According to WHO framed definition of probiotics, probiotics are living microorganisms which when administered in adequate amount confer a health benefit on the host. Kushagra will be telling about history of probiotics.
Firstly, Dr. Eli Mechnikov suggested that the colonization of our gut through good bacteria. When he saw that the villagers living in the Caucasus Mountains were using fermented drink of yogurt on a daily basis, which was very good for gut health. Later on, he studied on the drink and found that there is a bacteria found known as the Lactobacillus vulgaricans, which was very good for our gut health. And after that, he honored with the Nobel Prize in 1908. Later on, the term probiotics has been introduced, which pro means for and biotics means life. Then Avni tell us how many species of the probiotics exist in the world.
There are more than 500 plus species of probiotics, but I can mention some of them. Some of them are Lactobacillus, Bifidobacterium, Vulgaricus, and Lactococcus.
Are Avni, all the bacteria are good for our health?
If you think so, you are wrong. All bacteria are not good for our health. There are some bacteria which are harmful. They are E. coli, Staphylococcus, and Salmonella. Now, if these bacteria are present in our gut and in our body, then what's the need to consume them?
There is a need we can consume the probiotics. If a person eats sugary substances which enhance the production of the bad bacteria inside the gut, then it will consume the probiotics. If a person drinking alcohol, smoking, or while having stress, it can also consume the probiotics on a daily basis. Now, Avni can tell you how we consume the probiotics.
Basically, there are two ways in which probiotics can be consumed. They are by naturally or by taking supplements. Probiotics are naturally exist in foods such as yogurt, curd, pickle, kefir, and kanji. These are all natural and home can be made easily at home. A daily bowl of curd is really very beneficial. Now, by taking supplements, in market many supplements are available for probiotics. Yogurt is also very beneficial and many probiotics pills like health card are available in market. I am very curious and you might be very curious to know about the mechanism of action of probiotics. Kushak, can you tell us more about this?
When a probiotics enter in a body, first it is attached to the inner lining of the colon, and after that it activates the DCS cells, known as the dendricate cells present inside the immune system. After that, it activates the IL-10 and the TGF cells, which are the wound recovering cells present in the immune system. After that, these cells activate the macrophages, and the macrophages build an army of immune cells present inside our gut. Now, Avni telling the benefits of the probiotics.
So, probiotics may help with eczema, traveler's diarrhea, dysentery, bloating, and inflammation. These all are the conditions in which probiotics can help.
If we are living in a scientific era and we are consuming probiotic as a supplement, but in the ancient time, there was no supplement available. But a probiotic is having consumed by the ancient peoples. How we can consume that?
Thank you for paying your kind attention. A special thanks to SRM University.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our next presenters are from Bright Scholars Senior Secondary School. After this, we will have our presenters from DAV Multipurpose Senior Secondary School.
A very good afternoon to everyone present here. Today I, Rhythm,
And I, Prerak,
from Bright Scholar Senior Secondary School are here to share our views on the topic probiotics and its health benefits. What are probiotics? The word probiotic is derived from two words, pro and biotic. Pro meaning for and biotic meaning life, which means for life. Probiotics are beneficial microorganisms which are very good for your health, especially for your digestive system and immune system. Or we can say that probiotics are live microorganisms which when taken in adequate amount confer a health benefit on the host. Let's talk about how do probiotics work. Probiotics offer a wide range of health benefits from your gut to your immune system. Probiotics are mainly involved with your digestive system. It helps to digest food and prevents the entry of infectious bacteria or bad bacteria. They also fight against the bad bacteria and enhances the immune system. Probiotics also help to break down the food and absorb nutrients. And the most important part, they are naturally present in our body. These are the benefits of probiotics. They help in the treatment of diarrhea and irritable bowel syndrome. They also help in various mental health problems and reduce the raised cholesterol levels. They also manage high blood pressure and ease skin ailments. Now this slide illustrates the health benefits of probiotics. As I have told you earlier, they help in the treatment of mental health problems, diarrhea, and allergies. They also help to manage weight loss and are very healthy for your heart.
now we will study about various types of microorganisms which are part of probiotic family like Plantarum, Bulgaricus, Lactobacillus, Bifidobacterium, Sazae, and Streptococcus. Now, these are some probiotic foods which are super healthy and are naturally available, like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, tempeh, kimchi, miso, kombucha, pickles, and many more. These slides tell us about some best sources of probiotic foods like yogurt. Yogurt is prepared from the pasteurized milk and fermented by the strains of Lactobacillus. Kimchi, it is again a fermented food which is made from cabbage and radish. Kimchi contains lactic acid bacteria known as lactobacillus, which helps in our digestive system as well as immune system. Pickles. Pickles are low in calories and are high rich in vitamin K and sodium. Kombucha, it is a fermented drink which is made from the symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. Traditional buttermilk, it is commonly drunk in India, is rich in and vitamins. Sork is our immune system. Cheese, it is prepared by the fermentation of unpasteurized milk like Swiss cheese or mozzarella cheese. This cheese contains beneficial bacteria which helps in our digestive system as well as immune system. Kefir, it is a fermented probiotic milk drink which is made by adding kefir grains to the cow's milk or goat's milk. Kefir helps in our healing our gut and intestine. Now, these are some probiotic supplements which are easily available in the market. You all must be familiar with Amul Premium Dahi, Mother's Dairy Product NutriFit, and Activia, and the most common Yakult. And I believe that everyone must have consumed this yummy Yakult. So, for a better immunity, love your intestine with Yakult.
So these are the references we use to prepare our presentation. Thank you, and have a nice day.
Thank you so much. The next presenters are from DAV Multipurpose Senior Secondary School. Can we have the presenters, please? After DAV, we will have presenters from GD Goenka International School, so please be ready.
A very warm greetings to everyone. Today, I, Netra,
And myself, Keshav.
we both are here to discuss about probiotics and its health benefits. Let us begin the presentation. Probiotic bacteria have become increasingly popular during the last 2 decades as a result of the attributed health benefits. They help in the improvement of intestinal health, enhancement of the immune system, decrease the cancer diseases, and help to keep our immune system healthy. Now let us study what actually are probiotics.
So, what are probiotics? Probiotics are living microorganisms which, when administered in adequate amounts, confer health benefit on the host. The term probiotics is derived from Greek language meaning for life. There are major types of bacteria that are found living microorganisms, which include lactobacillus and bifidobacterium. So the characteristics of probiotics. For a microbe to be considered as probiotic microorganism, it must have several characteristics like be isolated from a human, survive in your intestine after ingestion, have a proven benefit to you, and be safely consumed. Location in our body. Location include gut, mouth, vagina, large intestine, etc. How do probiotics work? The main job of probiotic is to maintain a healthy balance in our body. When we are sick, bad bacteria enters our body and increases in number. This knocks off our body out of balance. Good bacteria works to fight off against bad bacteria. Probiotics keeps us healthy by supporting our immune function and controlling inflammation. Health benefits of probiotics. Probiotics may help to keep our digestive system healthy. Probiotics can act as gut beneficial bacteria that create a physical barrier against unfriendly bacteria. It can also help offset the bacterial imbalance caused by taking antibiotics. Antibiotics often kill the bad bacteria along with the useful ones.
The good bacteria can help prevent diarrhea and treat diarrhea. Diarrhea is a common side effect which is caused by taking antibiotics. Probiotics are widely known for their ability to reduce diarrhea or to reduce its severity. Now, let us study more. Probiotic supplements also improve some mental health conditions. An increasing number of studies link the gut health to mood and mental health. Supplementing with bifidobacterium for around 1 to 2 months can decrease depression, anxiety, autism, OCD, and memory. The probiotics also help to keep our heart healthy by decreasing the LDL cholesterol and blood pressure level. They help in the lactic acid, phytic acid, and help to boost our immune system.
Probiotics may also reduce the severity of certain allergies and eczema. Certain probiotic strains may reduce the severity of eczema in children and infants. Some study states that eczema symptoms reduce for infants who took probiotic supplements as compared to infants who were fed with milk without probiotics.
Also, probiotics help kill some digestive disorders also. They help boost our immune system. They promote the production of natural antibodies in the body and enhancement the production of immunoglobulin cells, T lymphocytes, and natural killer cells.
Probiotics may also help in reducing weight and belly fat. Probiotic reduces weight through a number of different mechanisms. For example, some probiotics prevent the absorption of dietary fat in large intestine.
Sources from food. Certain foods have probiotics in them and can benefit our health. They include tempeh, kombucha, cheese, miso soup, and many more. Let us study about more of them briefly. Yogurt. It is one of the best known sources of probiotics. It is made from milk that has been fermented by probiotics. Kefir. It is a fermented probiotic milk drink. It is made by adding kefir grains to cow's or goat's milk. It may improve the bone health, help with certain digestive disorders, and protect against infections. Now let us study about pickles. They are cucumbers that have been preserved in a solution of salt and water. Also, there are many more sources of probiotics such as tempeh, which is a fermented soybean product, cheese, which includes Gouda, mozzarella, and cottage cheese, and also miso soup, which is a Japanese seasoning. It is a fermented drink. Now let us study about the caution.
Live probiotic culture are found in dairy products such as yogurts and milk drinks. To experience any of the health benefits, we must take adequate amounts of probiotics. Now let us conclude.
I would like to conclude saying that there are many probiotics and they have their own pros and cons. In order to have a healthy lifestyle, we must have probiotics. Thank you. Stay fit, stay healthy.
Thank you, students. Our next presenters are from GD Goenka International School, and after them, we will have students from Gitanjali Senior Secondary School.
Before I start, if I ask a question to you people, what is probiotics? I can assure 90% of people will tell me the theoretical language or the bookish definition of probiotics. But that is not needed. It is already in the books. What we need to do is to know probiotics in practicals and in a very familiar way. And for that, I, Kirti Khatri,
and I, Soumya Jain,
of GD Goenka International School of Sonipat are here to present our presentation on the topic probiotic and its health benefits.
what are probiotics? Probiotics are the combination of live, beneficial bacteria that naturally lives in our body. They are made up of good bacteria that keeps our body healthy and working well. Now, there I use a term good bacteria. What do I mean by that? So, for that, let us understand what is good bacteria and what is bad bacteria. Good bacteria, as the name suggests, they are good for our body. They fight off bad bacteria, supports our immune system, helps in digestion of food, controls inflammation by phagocytosis, maintains the balance in our body by keeping it neutral. Bad bacteria, as the name suggests, they are harmful to us. They are referred as pathogens, can be acquired by food or by environment, and can be transferred through one person to another by direct contact only. Now, where beneficial probiotics live in our body? They mainly live in gut, mainly the small intestine. They also live in mouth, vagina, urinary tract, skin, and lung. Now, how probiotic works in our body? They help us to maintain a good community of microorganisms. They produce substances that have desirable effects, influence our body immune system. Now, a question arises.
Probiotics are a picture, a part of a large picture containing your bacteria, your body, and your microbiome. Now, what is a microbiome? Think of a microbiome as a community of diverse organisms living, working, and making our body healthy. So, if I look around, I see quite a lot of adorable and cute faces. And for that, that makes me give some suggestions for your diet with some probiotic-rich foods. And in foods, you can have the miso soup, cheese, yogurt, etc. And in drinks, the most famous and trustworthy, Yakult, and in capsules and pills, you should use them by the prescription of the doctor. And before that, the nutshell, I would say, you all be having fever, etc., etc. But do you even recognize before the fever, the cold you have? Did you ever take probiotics in childhood? Most of you did take, I will, no offense to anyone, but those who did not take have a very poor health in comparison to them who have taken. And now the thing is, probiotics are microbes. So when we see in our school, principals, the principal were once a teacher, am I right? So they did something, they achieved something to be categorized in a special group. Same as with the microbe. They have some categories, they have some characteristics which makes them a probiotic. First is, they should be isolated from a human. Second, they should have a proven benefit. Most important and the most efficient one. And in a nutshell, I would say probiotics are very beneficial for our health and they feed our good bacteria, and if good bacteria are good, we are good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I would once again remind our presenters not to exceed the time limit, and your time limit is 5 minutes. Our next presenters are from Gitanjali Senior Secondary School.
A very good afternoon to all.
Today, I, Ritu,
And I, Khushi,
standing in front of you to present Gitanjali School.
As we all know that, today we are gathered here to encourage people about probiotics. So, today, that is 23rd of August, the SRM University is going to celebrate Probiotics Awareness Day to make people aware about probiotics. So,
Today, we are going to discuss the following contents about the introduction, history, their properties, mode of action, advantages, application, and many more.
next, the probiotics. What do you mean by probiotics? Probiotics are live microorganisms that are similar to beneficial to microorganisms found in human gut. They are also known as friendly bacteria or good bacteria. Why? Because many bad bacteria are present in our human body. To fight them, we need good bacteria, and probiotics are some of them. Probiotics derive from two languages, Greek and Latin. Pro means promoting, biotic means life. Simply we can say it is life promoting.
Now, what about the history of probiotics? The term probiotics was coined in 1965 by Lilly and Stilwell, but generally it was invented by a Nobel laureate, Alice Mitchkov.
Now, probiotic facts. We are all having interesting facts in our body. Probiotics is one of them. There are 10 times more than probiotic than cells in our body. Could you believe that? Probiotic live throughout our entire body, not just in the stomach. Appendix, you have heard about. There is also the presence of probiotics. Next is properties of effective probiotic. These are non-pathogenic, non-toxic, able to survive the passage through the digestive system, able to maintain good viability, and anti-inflammatory, and many more are there.
Now, what about the modes of action? The modes of actions are, there is the production of inhibitory compounds, competition for adhesion sites, there is the competition for chemical energies, enhancement of immune systems, there are the competition for nutrition, modification of microbial production. It also acts as a source of macro and micronutrients.
Advantages. It produces vitamins, especially vitamin B and vitamin K, that are beneficial for our health, stimulate the gastrointestinal immunity, increase nutritional value, promotion in recovery of cancer, inhibit pathogen growth and translocation.
Now, what about the mechanism of probiotics? The mechanism of probiotics include, there is the production of low molecular antibacterial substance which inhibit both gram-positive and gram-negative enteric bacteria. There is also the use of enzymatic mechanism for, any of you knows? There is the use of enzymatic mechanism for modifying toxic receptors and to block toxic mediated pathologies.
Everyone have told you that you have to take this. But before taking this, you have to isolate them. Firstly, collection of samples, isolation, identification, acidic tolerance and bile tolerance. Next is antibiotic sensitivity. That everyone had told that take yogurt, take pickles, these are naturally present. But why? Firstly, you have to isolate them. Next is the dosage form or standard form. Everyone is not likely to take these things like yogurt. They also need to take some dosage forms like capsules, stick, powder blends, chewable tablets. But under the guidance of a physician. Because everyone have different body and physician will guide you that how you have to take them.
Now it's time to conclude something. We have concluded that we have to take this with the prescription of the doctors or the physicians.
Hope we have reached to your mind, and thank you for giving your time and listening to us, and may it help you in future. May we have succeed to promote the campaigning that is Probiotics Awareness Day. Thank you, sir, for giving us time.
Thank you, students. Before we proceed, I would like to request each and everyone present in the auditorium today to please maintain silence. I know you have come to encourage your friends, and one way to do that is by maintaining silence, so that whatever they speak here, it can be clearly heard by our jury members. So please let us maintain silence and keep encouraging the presenters here. Okay, our next presenters are from Jain Vidya Mandir.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Do you all consider microism as bad?
Yes, I agree your point, but the main thing is that not all of them are bad. Many of them are also good for our health.
Yes, some microism are good for our health and some are bad too. But most of them cause several destructions in our human body.
Do you
Some
know?
microbes like bacteria, protozoa, fungi cause several diseases in the human body day by day.
Do you know the main reason behind the diseases which are causing day by day? Is it the contaminated food, contaminated air, or contaminated water?
Yes, the food. The food that we eat mostly get digested in our intestine. A large amount of food get digested in our large intestine, and if the digestion does not happen properly, it can be a cause for a many severe disease. Like Hippocrates said, intestine is the paradise of all the diseases.
So, you are saying that the eating habit is that thing which is responsible for maintaining our health. So, we must add some positive food in our diet to maintain healthy, and these positive foods are termed as probiotics. Greetings to you all present here. Today, I, Krish,
and I, Soni,
the students of Jain Vidya Mandir Senior Secondary School are here to present our views on the topic probiotics. Probiotics. In the term probiotics, pro refers for and the word biotic refers for living. That means the live organisms which are beneficial for health when taken in adequate amount. Some of them I want to tell you. Lactobacillus and lactococcus bacteria which are present in curd and yogurt, which are easily spread over milk and convert the milk into curd. Bifidobacterium is the Y-shaped bacteria present on our skin which prevent the allergies or infections. Propionibacterium and Bulgaricus are two major bacteria present in cheese.
Every discovery has a man behind it. And here also, probiotics have a very great scientist behind its discovery. A Russian scientist eliminated the probiotics.
So, there must be some selection criteria so that we can call a microbe probiotics. First of all, it must be non-pathogenic to human health and does not have any adverse effect. Second, it must be viable in our GI tract so that it can settle down in our intestines. Third, it should be the resistance to the bile juice basicity and the HCl acidity so that it can provide beneficial effects on human health.
So what are the good sources of probiotics? There are many good sources of probiotics which are available in our surroundings. Like for example, here we have depicted some examples: miso soup, kimchi, pickles, kefir. Most of the good sources of probiotics contain ample amount of probiotics in which are very good for your gut health.
Now, there are many benefits of probiotic and many of them I would want to tell you. The first is that they boost our immunity by providing the nutrients from the food that we are eating. Second, they also help to repair our intestinal walls. Third, they also help to keep our heart healthier by decreasing the heart cholesterol level and many more. And they also decrease the symptoms of allergy in infants such as eczema.
Besides natural sources of probiotics, there are also artificial sources of probiotics which can be easily found in your surroundings. These also help you to gain an ample amount of probiotics in your body, which will improve your intestinal ability to fight against the diseases.
So, every time you eat or drink, you are either feeding the diseases or fighting it. Stay healthy and stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, children. Our next presenters are from Janki Das Kapoor School.
So greetings everyone. I am very sorry that I am going to recall of some destroyable disease which had spread in the world, which was an unbeatable disease. Many people died, whereas innumerable people became sick. Yes, I'm talking about none other than COVID-19 pandemic. But there were still some people who remain unaffected due to their good immunity. So I, Ananya Bhardwaj from Janki Das Kapoor Public School, I, Ekta, are here to present our thoughts on some magical role of certain substances called the probiotics.
Now, starting up with defining the term probiotic. The probiotic term is derived from a Greek or the Latin word pro, which means for, and bios means life. Hence, probiotics are life-promoting. They are the good and the friendly bacteria which inhibits the growth of bad pathogens. Now, according to WHO, they define probiotics as a live organisms, which when administered in adequate amounts confers the health benefits on host. Now, probiotics and history. The term was first conceptualized by a Russian Nobel Prize winner, L.A. Metnikov, who is the father of modern immunology. And then the term is coined in 1965 by Lilly and Stinwell.
So my partner, there is a question that where are beneficial probiotics present in our body? So beneficial probiotics are present in each and every part of our body, including the ears till our urinary tract. And from the slide, you can see there are many parts where the probiotics are still present and working in your body. And according to a study, it is said that there are 10 times more probiotics than the total cells in your body.
Now, the characteristics of an effective probiotic. Obviously, they are non-pathogenic and non-toxic. They are able to exert a beneficial effect on the host, and they are able to maintain the good viability and symbiosis of your body.
So the next question which comes to our mind is, do they really help in maintaining our healthy lifestyle? Or are they really beneficial? Yes, my dear, it is very beneficial in numerous ways. It is helpful in the treatment of allergy, eczema, and even reducing the LDL cholesterol, which is usually termed as a bad cholesterol. There is a saying that it also helps in maintenance of the mental health disorders which are generally common in the young generation.
Clinical research has been done in the area of obesity and management and growth development in children. Now, BP, or the blood pressure, which is very common among all of us, can be treated by fermented milk by the lactic acid.
Food in India is the symbol of ethnicity that our mothers provide to us from generation to generation. Now, I had a doubt that how many of you like South Indian foods? I know many of you will. So, idli is one of the major example of probiotics that can be added to our diet. Let me play a riddle that what is present in each one of your house. In the jars, which gives a bitter or maybe a sour taste. Yes, it is none other than your nani's pickle. It is also a major source of probiotics that can be added to your body. There is one more thing, that daily pio, healthy geo. If you hear this thought, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? The first thing is that you are watching a television and there is a screen in which a product comes to represent it. Yes, it is none other than Yakult. Yakult is a good source of probiotic that can be added to your body.
Intestine is a paradise of diseases. Now, death sits in a bowl, and the bad digestion is a cause or the root of all the evils. Now, our gut composed of many probiotics and which are very beneficial and maintaining the symbiosis in our body.
At last, I would like to say that there is a saying that most of the people remember the last and the first things you say. So at last, I would like to conclude today's topic of discussion by thanking the faculty of SRM University for providing us students the golden opportunity to present ourselves in front of you.
So hence, at the last, I would end up my presentation by saying that life laughs at you when you are unhappy. Life smiles at you when you are happy. But life salutes you if you make others happy. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you, students, for the fantastic presentation. Now, we'll take a tiny break in the competition, and I would like to show you a clip here. A few minutes ago, Professor Ganguly mentioned a name of a person, Dr. Rajveer Dahiya. Now, Dr. Rajveer Dahiya is someone, who grew up probably in your neighborhood here somewhere in Sonipat, and he had made it big. So he has a message for all of you, and in the video clip which we are going to play for you now, it's his journey. So let us all, watch it and get inspired.
Good morning, everybody. Today is August 23rd, 2022. I am highly grateful to Dr. M.K. Ganguly and Dr. Rita Angela for giving me this chance to narrate my journey from a small village to the present position. My name is Rajveer Dahiya. I was born and raised in a small village called Bidhan in district Sonipat. When I was a little boy, we all used to work in the park. My parents were farmers. And I realized that I don't want to be happy. I told my mom, Mom, I don't want to be a farmer. She said, why? I said, farming life is the most difficult life in the world. Because we all depend on nature. We have drought, we have flood, we have storm. We have all natural disasters to think of, and our crops is ruined. Every time we see something happen, it's all gone. be 14-hour flight from New Delhi? She goes, no, 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 stay here. I said, Mom, I will give you 5,000 rupees per month. In 1983. And she said, okay, okay, you go now. I'll give you no problem. I can go. And I came. And I kept that promise of paying that $500 per month in my parents' pocket. That was a promise I had to them. All my brothers and sisters, my own co-sisters, my brothers, the children, 15 members of my family. Total transformation from the village to California, they all live next to me. I have some of the guidance I can give to you, and this is my personal journey of life. Number one, everybody must have their goals. Everyone. Does not only me. You must, today, you go back and think, what is the best part of your life? Work on it. There is no comparison of working hard. That is in your hand. You cannot say that, oh, I failed because of somebody else. No, it's you. So number one, must have a goal. Number two, if you pass, if you succeed, this is because of everybody. Your teacher, your parents, your friends. If you fail, 100% your fault. Remember that. Always remember your culture, your language, your tradition are most important part of life. In this world, only 6, 7 countries speak English out of 200. Everyone speaks their own language. किसी को भी अंग्रेजी बोल के तुम्हें की मत कहो मैं बहुत बड़ा विद्वान हो गया हूँ ये तो भाषा है that doesn't make you विद्वान पर हमेशा अपना कल्चर को मेंटेन करना बहुत जरूरी है मैं तो हरियाणवी बोलता हूँ बहुत ही सबको सिखाता हूँ I am very proud to be a villager, proud to be Haryani, that's great and Indian of course. So it's बहुत जरूरी है अपना कल्चर को मेंटेन करना. Always be positive. Yes, I can. And you will. No one can defeat you. You are the best. Always respect your other people. My father says, be respectful is more smart, or being respectful is more important than your education, than your knowledge, than your degree. They have no value. If you are not respectful, you are useless. याद रखो जहाँ पैदा होते हो तो जन्मभूमि कहते हैं जहाँ काम करते हो तो कर्मभूमि कहते हैं और आप हमेशा कर्मदार रहते हो अपनी जन्मभूमि पे कर्मभूमि पे therefore you must year it will be on October 14, 2022. Those who are interested, they can join us. I believe that international education is more important than a national education. National is important. We all have to go to that. Coming to an international platform, you get very smart. And you can be in any field: business, science, hospitality, medicine, IT, politics, agriculture, sports, finance, communication. Anyone, anything is wonderful for international higher education. There are 200 countries plus in this world, but out of those, 7 countries are best to go for higher education: USA, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, and France. And all these countries are rich and famous because of education. Nothing else. There are 10,000 colleges and universities in some countries. You apply, guaranteed education, no question asked. 3 lakh students from India go to these 7 countries for international higher education. And among those countries, USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, are based on immigration. Immigration is must. Therefore, you have a right to go there. No one can stop you. And these countries are the most powerful countries because all based on education. Last year, in January 2021, Vice President Kamala Devi Gopal Harris is the Vice President of USA. His mother was from a small village in Madras. You can imagine immigrant of a villager became the Vice President of the most powerful country in the world. 60% people in India are still villagers, and बाकी के 40% रहते हैं शहरों में, they are also villagers. तो ये गामड़े, ये गामा वाले, they are the best, the best, the best. हमारे देखो ना, हमारा प्रधानमंत्री भी गामड़ा है, हमारा प्रेसिडेंट ये नई बनी है, प्रेसिडेंट है, हमारी गांव वाला था, ये सब गामड़े हैं. So being villagers is a wonderful thing, and you must be proud to be called villagers. ये गामड़े थे, गामड़े हैं, गामड़े रहेंगे, और गामड़े वर्ल्ड का राज करेंगे. So you should not feel shy to be in the गांव वाला होकर मेरी हंसी करेंगे. ना ना ना, you are the best. Same in Canada, you UK. British student is going for the Prime Minister of UK. Canada, they have a great party. You can imagine that Indians are doing an absolutely unparalleled, amazing, trailblazing, mind-blowing, absolutely astounding job at controlling the whole world around us. This is all because of education, and I want all of you must go for higher education. And there are 10 million Indians in this country. We want you to apply, your mentor, educator. We will help you. Education is the only weapon to get out of poverty, to go for prosperity. That's all, no more, no less. And education is 100% in your hands. So if you are a poor, born poor, is your bad luck. If you live poor, it's your fault. You live poor because you is your fault. And don't do that. How you get out? For higher education, they have TOEFL, they have IELTS, there are a lot of different tests. You take those and you are guaranteed to succeed. USA, 100% students get a job after education. USA is the best. Those of you who are interested in contacting me, here is my information. I'll be happy to help. so much for listening my talk. It was really a pleasure talking to you all. Again, thank you, Dr. Ganguly. Thank you, Dr. Gilja, for requesting me, asking me to be a part of the story. I hope my journey from the village to present position will definitely inspire you, definitely help you, guide you, mentor you, educate you, and make you a better person and more successful than I am. All of you, you can, you will. God bless you all, enjoy your life. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Vande Mataram. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm sure all of us are really inspired, so we should not forget our roots and we should keep working hard. So moving on, we will again start with our competition. And our next presenters are from JPTAV Public School. And after them, we'll have presenters from the modern school.
Greetings to one and all present here. Myself Vanshika.
Myself Chetna.
From JPDAV Public School, Gannor. Hey, look at your arm. What is that? It is just behind you. In fact, it is everywhere. On the skin, on the head, on the tongue, just crawling, breathing over the surface. Relax. I'm just talking about the bacteria, nothing else. And reflexively you are thinking, bacteria? That must be a bad thing for the body, but really not. Our body is home for over 100 trillions of good bacteria. Yes, you have heard this right, 100 trillion, over 1,000 species and approximately 7 to 9,000 different strains. So the type of good bacteria today I will be dealing about primarily belong to your gut, and you have heard the term probiotics.
So the term probiotics consists of two words, pro and bios. Pro means before and bios means life. So probiotics are the combination of life beneficial bacteria and yeast that live naturally in your body. Now, I want to introduce one more term in front of you, that is microbiome. Microbiome is a group of bacteria that may live in a particular area. It may be good or bad bacteria according to the strain. As you can see some examples of good and bad bacteria on the screen, like some examples of good bacteria are lactobacillus and E. coli, and some examples of bad bacteria like Clostridium difficile, etc.
Look up at your screen. Here what you can see, it is the world inside your gut. Yes, you have heard it right. There are certain microbes, certain protozoans, certain fungi inside your gut which are responsible for the better gut health.
The first discovered probiotic was a certain strain of bacillus in the Bulgarian yogurt named as Lactobacillus bulgaricus. It was discovered in the year 1905 by the famous microbiologist and the Bulgarian physician named as Stephen Grigor. The first biotic discovered by this famous scientist also prevents the colon cancer.
Now, there is a direct relationship between the disease and microbiome established by our scientists. So if there is some difference in the body, it can cause the several disorder like the liver disorder, kidney disorder, and even the brain disorder. Can you think your brain is related with your gut? So that is why the gut is also known as the second brain, and it is a good fact to remember. So guys, please don't panic, as there are certain probiotic-rich foods which you can consume on the daily basis to enhance your gut health, like the yogurt, like the kombucha oil, like the miso soup, pickles, and kefirs, and many more things.
Benefits of some probiotics on taking on the regular consumption are it boosts your immune system, it prevents the harmful bacteria to get attached with the gut wall, and the most important, it produces vitamin B12 and K, which is very important for our gut functioning of our body.
So now one question arises in the mind of yours. Can we consider any bacteria as probiotic? So the answer is no. So to consider a bacterium as probiotic, there are some conditions. First of all, it should be a living bacteria and it should provide certain benefits to the body, and it should be present actively in your GI tract in order for the synthesis and absorption of certain things.
Some examples of synthetic probiotics like Enterolactis, Nutriflor, Dicoflor, and Yakult, and many more.
So it's the time to discuss example in detail. We have taken here the example of Yakult. It was discovered by Dr. Minoru Shirota in Tokyo, Japan. It consists of several things like water, skimmed milk, glucose, and mainly 6.5 to 7 billion of living Lactobacillus casei shirota bacteria.
It's just like other food. You can have it anytime. Drink Yakult at that time which is best for you. Any age group can have it, whether it is a pregnant woman, children, old age people, everyone. On the regular consumption of this Yakult, it also prevents diarrhea and constipation. Thank you.
Have a healthy day.
Our next presenters are from Modern School, and after them we'll have students from Rishikul Vidyapeeth.
Can we keep our gut healthy by consuming differently produced food?
Of course we can. That's what we are here to discuss. Today, I, Kanaka, and my friend here, Abhinav, from the Modern School ECNCR, are here to discuss about the topic probiotic and its health benefits.
Mr. Werner Kolath, a German scientist, founded the term probiotic in 1953. Although the probiotic started its journey over a century ago when it was discovered by a Russian scientist who was also a Nobel Prize winner, Mr. Elie Mishinkov, of Mass Institute in Paris. He was the first one to conceptualize the term probiotics. Now, what are probiotics?
Probiotics are live microorganisms that are intended to have a healthy benefit on our body if consumed or either applied on our body. Probiotics may have many benefits, but some people think that they are bad for our body or they are harmful for it. What are the benefits of probiotics?
Probiotics benefits our bodies in several ways. It helps in increasing our immune system. It helps in fighting bad bacteria. It helps in increasing the gut microbiome health, restoring the microbiome when we suffer from injury or any treatment. Now, where can we find all these probiotics?
Probiotics can be found in our food. Simply put, your immune system is mostly in the gut, and it is estimated that your gut is mostly 70 to 80% of immune cells. Now, probiotics are basically fortified food products, and also they can be found in many food products such as kimchi. Consuming kimchi as a supplement or food can be helpful and improve the gut microbiome. Also, we have cottage cheese and kefir. Enhancement of immune system can be achieved by consuming cottage cheese and kefir. Yakult. Yakult's exclusive probiotic LCs increase the number of beneficial bacteria, which makes it difficult for the bad bacteria to take over.
Certain bacteria are present in the stomach which causes the chocolate fermented into anti-inflammatory compounds which are good for our heart. Yogurt. Yogurt has anti-carcinogenic properties and also helps
in protecting our body from colon, bladder, and breast cancer. Cheese. Microbiomes in cheese have the ability to produce proteins such as riboflavin and vitamin B12. Now, Kanika, can you tell me where all we can find these probiotics in India?
India's market flourishes of probiotic foods. Many food items like buttermilk, tofu, kimchi, and Toby drink can be found in India. Now, can you tell me what probiotics are made up of?
Probiotics are made up of yeast and bacteria, and some of the common microbes used in making probiotics are Streptococcus, Lactobacillus, Escherichia coli, Bifidobacterium, etc.
Now let us discuss the mode of actions of microbes and how do they survive in our body. They actually survive through the passage of the digestive system, and they attach to the intestinal epithelia and colonize. They also have a beneficial effect on the human body.
So, as to conclude, probiotics have many benefits and absence of any risk, and they have become very important in the medical field. They not only enhance our immune system, but also help us to fight bad bacteria, due to which it helps in keeping our body in symbiosis.
Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next presenters are from Rishikul Vidyapeeth. After them, Shriji International School.
Good afternoon to all present here. Today myself, Shorre, and my friend Shrans are standing here on the occasion of Probiotic Awareness Day on the behalf of Rishikul Vidyapeeth Sonipat. Today we are going to tell you what are probiotics, what is the history behind the discovery of probiotics, what are the advantages and disadvantages of probiotic, and many more. So for that, I would request my friend Shrans to tell you about probiotics for human welfare.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I'm going to tell you about probiotics. So, what are probiotics? If we talk basically, the probiotics are the living organisms which have beneficial effect on the host. Therefore, we are talking about the good bacteria. The most common types of probiotics are lactic acid bacteria, or you can say bifidobacteria, etc. So, probiotics term was coined by the scientist or biologist Lilly and Stilwell in the year 1965. Probiotics have a very beneficial effect on our body. It boosts our immune system and it has very important effects on our host body. So, probiotics are the microorganisms which have beneficial effect on the host, and according to the World Health Organization, probiotics are the living organisms which, when administered in adequate amounts, confer a health benefit on the host. Here we are talking about the good or beneficial bacteria. So the two most common types of bacteria are lactic acid bacteria or bifidobacteria, etc. Certain yeast and bacilli are used as probiotics. So antibiotics, they destroy the gut microflora and ultimately they reduce the digestion problems in our body. Alcohol consumption, stress, etc., they create the problem of nutrient absorption in our body. So that problem also is reduced by the probiotics. So now the topic comes that who need probiotics. So basically this tells us that which diseases are cured by the probiotics. So people who suffer from yeast infection, yeast is a kind of bacteria. So people who suffer from yeast infection and vaginal yeast infection, jock itch, vaginal yeast infection, etc., food poisoning, respiratory allergy, congestion, etc., these people need the probiotics. Next is what are the characteristics or advantages of probiotics. So probiotics are able to survive the passage of the digestive system and reduce the problem of digestion in our body. Probiotics are able to attach the intestinal epithelia and reduce the intestinal infection problems in our body. Probiotics are able to maintain good viability, that is ability to sustain longer. It utilizes the nutrients, it helps in the absorption of nutrients. These are non-pathogenic, they don't have any pathogenic and nor the toxic effect on our body. They have a beneficial effect on the host body. So we Indians are in a habit of taking yogurt, or traditionally we say lassi, before or after the dinner. So lassi is a very important probiotic that helps in the digestion of the food. Apart from lassi, there are many other probiotics like pickles, curd, milk, etc. So basically lassi is used as a principle for using milk as a probiotic. This is Saccharomyces boulardii. This is important for our reducing the digestion problems in our body. And the other two bacteria, lactobacillus and bifidobacterium, are important for curing the intestinal infections in our body. There are some disadvantages also. The diseases which are cured by probiotics can increase also if we take the probiotics in larger amount. Like taking probiotics in larger amount can cause digestion problems, the problems in intestine, etc. They can also cause allergy to our body. So conclusion is that all over the probiotics have a beneficial effect on our body. They boost our immune system. They reduce the problems of intestinal and stomach infections, etc. They reduce the problem of respiratory allergy, congestion, etc. They have no side effects on our body, and it is very useful for us. And there is no need of prescription of the doctor again and again after taking probiotics. So thank you for paying attention.
A special thanks to SRM University for inviting us on this prestigious occasion of Probiotic Awareness Day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, students. Before we move forward, I would like to request everyone present here to please maintain silence. It's your friends who are here to present, and they're trying to win a trophy for you. So please maintain silence and pay attention to what they are saying. Okay, I would now like to invite presenters from Shriji International School. Okay, they are here.
A very cheerful afternoon to one and all gathered here, respected dignitaries, the members of the jury, teachers and dear audience. Today, I, Lavanya,
and I, Himanshi,
are here to present a presentation on the topic probiotics and their health benefits on the occasion of Probiotics Awareness Day, celebrated on the 23rd of August. We are representing our school,
Shriji International School.
As a matter of fact, our gut has over 100 trillion microbes. Some of them good, some of them bad. The good ones are called probiotics. So, what are probiotics? Probiotics are live microorganisms that live naturally in your body and provide you with health benefits. The word probiotics come from the Latin and Greek words pro, which means before or forward, and bios, which means life. It contrasts the word antibiotics, and thus probiotics are life-promoting. Microbes are found throughout the gastrointestinal tract, but mostly are present in the large intestine. Since everything we eat passes through the tract, it's no surprise that everything you eat will affect your gut microbe. For example, people who consume foods with high fiber are more likely to have high contents of Previtola, while people who consume more of animal products containing proteins and fats are more likely to have bacteroides, which are both from the family of the Bacteroidetes family. Which is why it is also said that you are what you eat. So remember to only eat healthy food. Now, let's discuss some history of probiotics. The history of probiotics can be traced back to the first use of cheese and fermented products well known to the Greeks and Romans. At the start of the 20th century, Mechnikov was the first scientist who conceptualized the word probiotics. The following table shows some prominent discoveries in the field of probiotics. The most noticeable one is in the year 1965 when Lilly and Stilwell coined the term probiotics. To continue the presentation.
I'll be telling about the health benefits of probiotic and some of the non-probiotic foods and supplements. So let's get started. So the first is
health benefits of probiotic. Within the recent research, it has been found that our gut microbiota is incredibly important for our health. Most of the microbes and the bacteria present in your intestine are directly connected to your mind. It is exciting to know that many of the health diseases can be prevented using probiotics. So, here are some of the benefits of probiotic. First is mental health. Probiotic helps in preventing many of the mental conditions such as depression, anxieties, etc. and boost up your mood. It also helps in preventing many of the skin diseases and keep your skin healthy. Next is it also prevents many of the digestive disorders such as cancer, lactose intolerance, and also treats antibiotic-associated diarrhea. Now, the most important is prevention of heart diseases. We all know how hard the patients are increasing day by day. So, probiotics can be used as a medium to prevent many of the heart diseases. The last but not the least is our immune system. We all know how important is our immune system to us in our daily life. So, probiotics can be used to enhance our immune system. Now, here are some of the probiotic foods that you must know. So, first is fermented dairy products. It includes yogurt, curd milk, and cheese, etc. Next is kombucha, then natto, a Japanese dish, then kimchi, and last is apple cider vinegar. The majority of the diseases begins in the digestive tract when good bacteria are no more able to control the bad bacteria. So, as a conclusion, if you want to live a healthy lifestyle, then start taking care of your inside partner, the good bacteria. Thank you for a patient listening.
Thank you, students. Our next presenters are from Swarnaprastha Public School. Can we have them on the stage, please? And after them, we will have students from Sunrise International School.
Hello. Let the food you eat be your medicine. Greetings, everyone. Just for an icebreaker, though, before we introduce ourselves, I would like you all to create a scenario in your head. Just imagine you are not happy with your health and you just want to change yourself by any means possible. I'm pretty sure most of us over here feel insecure sometimes, right? You want to change yourself and by any means possible. And here they are. Probiotics for the rescue. Yes, that is the power probiotics hold. Liking probiotics so far? Stay with me till the end and you'll start loving probiotics. Greetings, everyone. I'm Radhima.
And I'm Kulshri.
From Swarnaprastha Public School, Sonipat. What an honor it is staying over here in front of all these noble intellectuals right here. Staying in front of all these noble intellectuals right here feels so amazing. Now, probiotics. Feels like a familiar term, right? Well, some people are like, oh yeah, we have heard of the name, but we just don't know what it is. Don't you worry. We are over here to provide you with some basic information about probiotics and what's the need for the consumption. Now, look down at your arm. They're on you right now. In fact, they're everywhere, just creeping and crawling all over. Relax. I'm just talking about bacteria. Now, what strikes your mind when you listen to the term bacteria? Probably the microorganisms that are bad for you, right? Right? But these bacteria, probiotics, speaking in Gen Z terms, aka the good bacteria, are the bacteria when indigested provide us with various health benefits. Not only are these bacteria good for us, but they're practically beneficial for us and our survival. And this symbiotic relationship between the bacteria and the human beings is known as mutualism.
All diseases begin in the gut. It's a quote attributed to the ancient Greek physician Hippocrates. Well, he wasn't far off. Every time we eat or drink, we expose ourselves to chemicals or hormones. We are either feeding the disease or fighting it. Trillions of microbes inhabit our body, and they're collectively called as the human microbiome or the microbiota. You may be surprised to know that there are 10x more bacterial cells than human cells. Together, these play a pivotal role in our physiology through influencing digestion, immune development, vitamin production, etc. So what are probiotics? These are live microorganisms that confer health benefits to the host when administered in adequate quantities, as defined by the WHO and FAO.
Now, where exactly do these probiotics live? Probiotics are ubiquitous and they are literally present everywhere. But the main places they are present in your body are the gut, the mouth, skin, urinary tract, and lungs. Just for another icebreaker, a fun fact. The bacteria present in your gut can literally control your emotions and your mind. Like, how cool is that? And after listening to this gut bacteria,
Sorry to interrupt. Students, please maintain silence. All of you, please maintain silence. I've been telling time and again, it's your friends who are presenting here, and you're not respecting them by talking. Please respect yourself and respect your friends who have taken the pain to come here and present. Thank you. Please continue.
and after listening to this gut and mind connection, you probably want to keep your gut bacteria as healthy as possible, right?
Now let's have a look at strains with claimed benefits. Lactobacillus, we have heard that name enough, right? Is the part of the lactic acid bacteria group. They convert hexose sugars into lactic acid, which produces an acidic environment which is hostile for pathogens. It also prevents antibiotic-associated diarrhea and viral-associated pulmonary damage. Bifidobacterium. They are the endosymbionts of the GI tract and the vagina of mammals. They help in treating constipation and also moderate ulcerative colitis. Saccharomyces. These are yeast and they are marketed as lyophilized forms to treat the Clostridium difficile infection. And at last, Bacillus. These are gram-positive members that help in the eradication of Helicobacter pylori infection. Now, having a look at effectiveness of probiotics. These help in stimulation of the various components of immune system, gut immune response, intestinal homeostasis, and the prevention of certain diseases, like the irritable bowel syndrome, the infant colic, the allergic rhinitis, and many more.
And now we'll have a look at one of these. Irritable bowel syndrome. What it is? IBS is a chronic disorder that affects the large intestine and causes symptoms such as abdominal pain, cramping, etc. Now the benefit of probiotics from it. Probiotics improve IBS symptoms, bloating, and flatulence. They also strengthen the intestinal barrier, assist the immune system in removing harmful bacteria, and break down the nutrients.
Now, let's end up with an amazing fact. Probiotics outweigh our brain. Now, thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Once again, it's my earnest request to everyone to please maintain silence. And with that, we will call upon the next team from Sunrise International School.
Good afternoon to the respected dignitaries, teachers, and all my fellow students. Today, I, Sakshi,
and I, Megha,
students of Sunrise International School, feel honored that we have got the opportunity to stand here before you to generate awareness about probiotics and its health benefits. It seems like our Chancellor Sir, Vice Chancellor Sir, either read our mind or our teachers have the same thoughts of him, because we have the same information about probiotics which is given by him.
first of all, let us wander around the world of probiotics. Last year, I was suffering from a bad stomach infection, and my doctor prescribed me with some antibiotics, and along with those antibiotics, he gave me some probiotics. Now, how many of you are aware about probiotics? It seems many of you are aware, but still, there are some persons that are not aware about probiotics. Probiotics are live microorganisms which, when administered in adequate amount, confer a health benefit on our body. There are many types of probiotic microorganisms in our body, and some of them are Lactobacillus, Pediococcus, Saccharomyces, and Streptococcus.
These probiotics helps in digesting our food that our body cannot break down efficiently. It helps in increasing the body's metabolism by extracting more energy from the nutrient we take as our food. It also produces vitamin B and eliminates toxins from our body. It helps to maintain intestinal wall integrity also. So we should consume probiotics as a regular diet.
Sakshi, what is this? Why are you showing me this food stuff in between our presentation? Are you hungry?
No, Megha, of course not, as SRM served us very delicious food as our lunch. But do you know that these fermented food items such as dhokla, idli, lassi, curd contains probiotics in them? These probiotics keeps our microbiome healthy.
Wait, but if the food is having probiotics in them, then what is the need to take probiotics from outside our diet?
Megha, what if I ask you that what you have eaten in your breakfast?
I had parathas in my breakfast today.
Exactly, Megha. Parathas do not contain enough probiotics in them and also do not contain prebiotics in them. So we should consume more concentrated form of probiotics as a diet.
Sakshi, there is a term prebiotic. I'm always confusing in this. Can you please elaborate what are prebiotics?
Yes, Megha, of course. Prebiotics, when we eat, many substances of our food are non-digestible to our body and this becomes food for probiotics. These probiotics enhances their growth by eating these prebiotics.
Now let us know how do these probiotics actually work. There are about trillions of microorganisms in our body. Some of them are good, but some of them are bad as well. When there is an increase in number of harmful microorganisms in our body, we feel sick and the good stable of our healthy life become disturbed. So to maintain this stability back and make our body neutral again, we need to take some good probiotics so that there will be increase in good microorganisms again and we'll feel healthier and happier. Lactic acid bacteria and bifidobacteria are the most common types of good microorganisms and probiotics present in our body.
Let us discuss some more health benefits of probiotics. Probiotics provides with us lactose tolerance. It prevents our body against diabetes and obesity. It lowers the level of cholesterol in our body. It helps in detoxification and produces vitamins and minerals. It also boosts up our immune system and keeps our mental and heart healthy. It also prevents our body from diarrhea.
We should take probiotic enriched food because they are very useful and good for our health, and in markets many of the products are available which are probiotic enriched food. It is also available in the form of powders, capsules and sticks. Now we can conclude our slide and our presentation with a beautiful quote.
That is, death sits in the bowl, a bad digestion is the root of all evil. Thank you and have a nice day ahead. Stay healthy, stay fit.
Thank you, students. The next presenters are from TDI International School.
Human body is the best picture of human soul. Ensure a healthy gut and rest will take care of itself. Greetings one and all present here. Today I, Shubhi,
and I, Cherry,
are from TDI International School and will going to present a presentation on probiotics. Probiotics are living microorganisms that intended to have a health beneficial effect when consumed or applied to the body. Although Many people think of it as an harmful germ, but these are actually very helpful and beneficial. These good microbes are actually very similar with the microorganisms living in our body.
Probiotics may contain a variety of microorganisms. These may include lactobacillus, bifidobacterium, and there are other bacteria that can be used as probiotics, and that is Saccharomyces boulardii. You have several locations in and on your body that host good microbes. These include your gut, mouth, vagina, urinary tract, skin, and lungs.
How does probiotics work? Actually, the main function of probiotics is to maintain a very healthy balance in your body. When you are sick, the bad bacteria enters your body and increases its amount. Then that knocks out the balance of your body. Now the good bacteria will fight off the bad bacteria and restore your balance. This good bacteria actually supports your immune system and controls inflammation that supports you.
This balancing act happens in your body all of the time. You don't need to take actual probiotic supplements to make it happen. Good bacteria are present in your body all of the time. Eating a healthy diet enriched in fiber can help you increase the good bacteria in your body.
These consumables are actually very helpful, and you don't even know that these contained probiotics. Some like miso soup, kimchi, buttermilk, Yakult, cottage cheese, and sourdough bread are some examples of probiotic food. Are these probiotics really safe? Actually, as I mentioned before, these probiotics are really similar in the like microorganisms naturally living in our body. So these may trigger your allergic actions and cause bloating and many other things, but are actually very safe.
These probiotics are generally considered safe, but there are risks that can be linked to this supplement. So, if you have a severe medical condition that can decrease your immune system, you are at a risk. So, in conclusion, I would like to say that the probiotics are very beneficial to the human health and are very useful. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you.
Our last presenters are from Tikaram Modern School. Can we have the presenters?
Good afternoon to the worthy judges, my dear co-participants, experts, as well as the august audience. My name is Monalisa.
I am Khushi.
And we are the students of Tikaram Model School. Today we are here to present the results of our research on the topic
Probiotics and its health benefits.
A week ago, my uncle was admitted in Sri Gangaram Hospital. When I went to see him, what I actually saw was that his dietitian was preparing a diet chart for him. In the diet chart, he mentioned the consumption of curd. I suddenly wondered why the curd is being mentioned there. But that was not the normal curd that we prepare at home.
It was a probiotic curd which we have never heard of.
So from there on, our journey towards understanding and learning about probiotics started.
Before moving forward, we will know about gut microbiota. Gut microbiota is a system of microorganisms present in GI tract. These microorganisms help in energy harvesting, immune defense, and digestion of food.
Probiotics can be used to deal with several gastrointestinal problems. It includes acidity, constipation, vomiting, stomach upsets, etc. Now I would like to tell you about the wonderful job of probiotics. When you feel seriously ill, then the harmful bacteria enter your body and they start to use the space and food sources of your body. Then what we actually do is that we consume dietary fibers, or the diet which is rich in fibers. And that diet helps us to increase the number of beneficial bacteria in our body, and they compete with the harmful bacteria for the food as well as the space. In this way, they knock out the bad bacteria out from the body and we feel better.
The Japanese microbiologist Minoru Shirota developed a bacterial strain called Lactobacillus casei shirota. He found that these bacteria secrete lactic acid, which help in improving the lifespan of the people. He also established a industry named Yakult. Now further I will talk about classifications of bacteria. These are Bifidobacterium, Saccharomyces, and Bacillus, and Streptococcus.
Probiotics can be supplemented in the diet of those who suffer from constipation, diarrhea, type 2 diabetes. Even heart attack patients can use probiotic supplements because it helps to lower the body cholesterol level. And my dear friends, not only this, but any normal healthy person can also consume probiotic supplements in order to reduce the number of harmful bacteria, that is the pathogens in your body, and increase the number of beneficial bacteria.
These bacteria can also help in treatment and preventions of diarrheal illness. Diarrheal illness is a disease which is caused due to excess loss of NaCl and water from our body. It can be cured by the decreased activities of pathogens, both endogenously as well as exogenously. These probiotics can also prevent cancers by decreasing the activity of bacterial enzymes which convert procarcinogens into carcinogens, and they also absorb the excretions of carcinogens on their body surfaces. Now I will talk about further probiotic uses, that is, they also help in curing allergic inflammation, inflammatory bowel disease.
Everybody orders cooked food from hotels, restaurants, and eateries. We often consume oily and fried foods. But we must see and we must take this fact into consideration that the food that we eat is very highly processed and it has a lot of sugars in it. Even the pollution, be it air pollution, water pollution, land pollution, or our sedentary lifestyle, all these factors, they contribute to the disturbance of the metabolic activities of our body.
Probiotics, as we know, are known as beneficial bacteria. These bacteria, if we take them as the sources, such as kefir, kimchi, yogurt, buttermilk, we can improve the metabolic actions of our bodies.
Now, we finally lead to the conclusion, and we are going to show some flow charts.
Such as, probiotics also help in antibiotics formation, cytokines, macrophages, and T cell populations. So it is a wonderful experience to be here before you and with you.
Thanks to the SRM University, thanks to the team Yakult.
Last but not least,
thanks
to
all of you, the wonderful audience.
Have a nice
day.
Thank you all for the fantastic presentations. You have inspired all of us. And I'm sure there are many inspired people amongst the audience now. And I think some of them want to share their thoughts about probiotics and about probably your presentation today. So if we have someone, I would like to invite them. Yes, we have Mrs. Natasha Chabra from Sunrise International School, Principal. Ma'am, please.
Good afternoon, everyone present here. Such an august gathering and such a wonderful day. It is one of the topic which is very near to my heart. Myself, Natasha Chabra, who started my professional journey as PGT Biology. And I'm thankful to God that I got the opportunity to be with this word a lot. Not only this word, rather the microorganisms. When I got the opportunity to serve in my father's industry where it was injections and ophthalmic solutions, I learned how the sterile environment was created. That was the time when I was actually doing, environment where microorganisms were not allowed to grow. This word probiotic came into my existence when I was doing my MSc Biosciences. And there we learned, when we were doing in our own selves the experiments on the agar plates and petri plates and growing the cultures and microorganisms, there we learned that curd is one such substance where lactobacillus is there, and it does not allow the growth of other microorganisms. And we did the experiments for the first time. And it was such an astonishing, results that of course the colonies were there and it was not allowing the growth of other microorganisms. That was the first instance when we came to know what probiotic is. And now onwards, then I have been to Yakult for 4 or 5 times with my students, since these people allow and invite the students to visit the place and learn more about probiotics. As far as my personal experiences with probiotics are concerned, I will share only one thing. Whenever I get infected, my intestine is infected, I eat something bad outside, I get infected. And I'm sure everyone knows the kind of pain you are having in your stomach. The pain tells you either it is because of constipation or bloating or infection. Pata chal jata hai. So whenever you come to know, acha ye intestine infection hai, I'm talking about myself, I take either Yakult 1 or 2 bottles a day, or I read, if I go through it, please read it. ये मैं चाहती हूँ कि as a teacher आप इसको पढ़ें. Label पर it is around I think 65 million or something count है कि इतना microbe आपको per bottle मिलता है. But at the same time, if it is not available, there are many other medicines in the name of probiotics too. If you remember, यहाँ जो adults बैठे हैं उनसे share कर रही हूँ. If you remember earlier, जब doctors हमें antibiotics prescribe करते थे, at the same time एक और medicine आती थी Sporlac. उसका tablet और अब sachet भी आने लग गया है. So उसके साथ वो prescribe भी होता था. So either I am having Sporlac or I am having Yakult, or if you are aware of, these days so many various kinds of medicines or tablets in the name of prebiotics and probiotics are available. So whatever I am having at my home, this is my personal experience. I take these medicines, 4 to 5 Sporlac per day, or Yakult 1 or 2 bottles, and this is my experience. I always get treated within 1 or 2 days. I have never taken antibiotics. This is what my experience I wanted to share. Since it is the day and we are sharing the awareness, and I'm happy since I'm present in the vicinity of all my students, and I can see many students from other schools who were once my students. So thank you very much for giving me this evening, this noon. I enjoyed a lot. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your experience with us. Okay, now India is a vast country with 29 states, 8 Indian territories, and at least 121 languages spoken. Our country is a melting pot of cultures and traditions. So the students of SRM University, they have prepared a special performance for all of you, and especially for our guests from Japan. And the first performance is a folk dance from Haryana, where the dance shows the simple culture, the bliss, the happiness that the people of this state are abound with. So can we have the performance? All of you, please give a big round of applause for the students. Thank you so much. Okay, India is not just about the folk cultures, it is also a very rich, the classical culture. And our next performance is a solo classical dance from Orissa. It's a state in the eastern part of the country, and the dance form is called Odissi. And through this dance form, our performer will narrate one of the epics that we have, that is Mahabharata. Can we have a big round of applause for our next performer? Thank you so much. So did you all enjoy?